Hello, we are back. It is episode 5. Did anyone think we would make it to episode 5?
No.
I didn't think we were going to make episode 2.
In particular, I thought Scott would have definitely left it by now.
You thought the big walkout episode would have happened already, yeah?
We're not
Still
a huge hit. I'm leaving.
I'm not famous. I'm off.
Well, aren't we starting to arrange the live shows soon, like touring and that, aren't we? Or no?
I mean, we would be like Corona has just put a bit of a halt on it. That's all.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
That's the only reason it hasn't happened.
So I am Adam Conway, and I am here as always. My 3 friends to talk about everything gaming. But before we get into that nerdy stuff, we want to talk about. Well, everyone's got a little bit to talk about, but we want to hear first about Scott's new puppy, because he's promised us a story every week. And have you got one for us, Scott?
I've got many stories this week, and it's
Before you start, listen to your new Nellie's jingle.
What a funny story.
brilliant. That's the first time I've heard that. I love it. My life is infinitely more full of drama now that I've got a puppy, and every day feels like an uphill battle.
Who knew that was possible, Scott?
And as I said last week, like lots of stuff happens throughout the week, and it's hard to pick or pinpoint one little part to tell. But I've named this story Shitgate. Unfortunately, most of the stories tend to around her toilet times, but this one was in particular was really bad. So we got really nice cream carpets through the hallway, through the living room, and for some reason, so her toilet train's going quite well, but she does still have accidents, and she doesn't really give away like a signal. She doesn't like circle around when she wants to go to the toilet. She doesn't really bark or scratch the door. She just instantly does it. So you have to be ready on hand to pick her up. And the other day we were in the living room and it was just me at home. And I was really tired from work and I took my eye off her for a millisecond, and she's gone to the living room door was closed. So she's gone to toilet. She's done a poo by the back door or by the living room door. And it wasn't like a good solid one. I would describe it more like Angel Delight. And Nellie's got this thing at the minute where she wants to eat all her shit as well. So I decided to try and actually I can't let this happen. I've got to pick the puppy up. But as I've done that, she's tried to escape out the door, and then there's basically the door swung back and fanned it, if you can imagine, all across the living room floor. And embedded itself into the fibres of my new carpet.
Oh no!
Is this what happened the other day when we were playing with you on PlayStation and you had to walk off?
Yes.
It's dog shit. Yeah, I mean, we can hear you in the background. It's like, fucking stupid dog! Like in the background of the mic, which she left on.
But then to the problem is, when you try and clean it up, cleaning up is a game. So I'm on the floor with the paper and the carpet cleaner, and she's trying to eat the carpet cleaner off me, and she's scratching me. So it becomes even more of a task. And then to top it all off, I was sitting there the other day, and I thought it was well and truly out of my mind. And I turned around to go out the door, and I noticed a bit of dried shit on the door I'd missed. So that concludes Shitgate for the week. But what Nelly seems to be doing at the minute, which is what Hannah's told me, Hannah's main worry is that she keeps pooing and then eating it, and then it's regurgitated, and so we just worry the poo's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Because it keeps doing it, it just blows up. So sorry about how like sort of crude and gruesome that story was, and sort of potty, but
yeah, we might have people turning off very soon.
Sorry.
Into the podcast, but that's fine. So you're gonna. It sounds like by the time that dog is toilet trained, you're gonna need a new carpet.
Oh well, we've already got that. We've already got that in the works. We're going to let her trash it, and then we're putting wood flooring down because it's much easier. It's basically like having a baby, like sort of like the first version, like a practice.
Brilliant.
It's fun having a dog, isn't it?
Well, ironically, Hannah started her on Instagram, and she's got over 2,000 followers now. We've only had her 2 weeks. I've had Instagram nearly 8 to 10 years, and I've got a quarter of that. So yeah.
Well, thanks for that story, Scott.
What a funny story.
So, Croxton, are you at work or are you not at work? Because I saw a headline that said gyms are now closed in Liverpool again. It
So
was
since our last recording, I have locked up and sort of shut the gym down, been stuck on furlough, and then within the space of a week been told to reverse that entire process and reopen again. So
Yeah.
across Liverpool, across Merseyside, we've all reopened the clubs as of Saturday morning. But the whole thing was an absolute farce because even up to Thursday night, they couldn't tell us whether we were opening Friday or Saturday. But no one seems to be able to interpret or understand these rules.
See, this bamboozles me because throughout COVID, everything's been really clear, and everyone's understanding exactly what to do. So I can't believe they've popped this part up.
Yes, all from a minor clerical error and not a massive shit show.
Right? How can it be a clerical error? A clerical error
It's
is like
not.
we've misplaced like a stamp, right? We've accidentally shut all the gyms down in the north of England. I'm sorry, there's
not some clerk who's just typing away and just got, oh, gym.
It's a
Yeah, that
pretty
sounds
big-
about right.
It's a pretty big thing, isn't it?
There's like an on and off switch for gyms, and it's open or closed. He just keeps flicking it like a light switch.
And then two other huge regions of the country go into the same tier of lockdown, but then all their gyms and leisure centres remain open.
But this is the thing, right? So all of these announcements are coming like normally via government officials and ministers, cabinet ministers. At what point have the clerical people made all the decisions and they didn't know? This is what it's like. All the gyms are shut. Okay. Jane in the back office made that decision. That's how it's working right now.
Brilliant. So you are back at work.
I'm
now, Chris.
back at work as of yesterday. Very happy to be back because,
Excellent.
unlike the first furlough, I was really bored.
Yeah, I know you kept texting us every day.
Yeah, because unlike first furlough, I went back to original furlough mode and assumed everyone else would be free to play, but everyone else was back at work again.
Yeah. Need to get into those single player games, Crux.
I've been digging back into God of War and been enjoying that. But I've also, I won't reveal it yet, but I've been road testing what my two options were for my week's selection of our game of the week.
Ooh, right. Stay tuned for that. Crocs, if you do go back on furlough, because it flip flops in Liverpool, you could be back on it. I want to see a solo Warzone win from you.
Not.
I mean, I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if I have enough time to affect my skills.
If you could win by looting,
I could win plunder. I could win plunder.
Plunder.
Yeah. And Dan, the only thing I've got written down for you is apparently you're getting laser eyes.
Well, yeah, basically, yeah. No, I'm looking into laser eye surgery because I'm literally legally blind at this point. But it's really expensive. I'm legally blind. I can't see shit. I'm just tired of waking up in the morning and just
the return of Dan's terrible
my
accent.
bedside tables. Yeah.
Dan sent us on our WhatsApp. He sent us a picture of his eyes after he'd been for a consultation. Was it?
Yeah.
And they'd put something in your eyes to make them dilate, and his pupils were just his whole eyeball.
It was back. But what they failed to tell me is that when your pupils are dilated, you're very sensitive to light, right?
Yeah, that's what that is. It lets more light in.
more lighting.
And well, it's good because I'm in Spain where it's permanently sunny and there's never any cloud, right? But they didn't tell me, so I didn't bring any fucking sunglasses. So I literally walked outside like, no, I couldn't see fucking anything, and had a 10-minute walk home. Where
How did you get home?
I had to stare at the floor and just walk like this, and just wherever I saw shade, just get into it. It was
like a famous person, sort of like shading over their eyes, like don't look at me.
You wouldn't have looked sinister at all.
No, it was just like whenever I saw shade, I was just so happy. I was like, oh,
what about you, Adam? I want to hear some Adam updates.
Well, I spent my Saturday trying to do some DIY, put some blinds up on my kitchen windows, and
how did that take
really
you so long?
Because you had to cut them down. You had to like cut through the metal and the wood.
Who did?
To cut me.
Oh,
yeah, because the last time I bought blinds. This is going to get really boring, but the last time I bought blinds, you could literally just put the measurements in that you wanted, and then they'd make them bespoke,
custom blind.
But the only way you could do that was with a consultation from their like salespeople, and I was like, no, I'm not having some bloke come to my house during coronavirus and then try and upsell me some blinds and like get loads of money out of me. I just want the ones that I want.
Has anyone else ever got really confused on how to open blind? Like, have you ever encountered a blind that you just have no idea how it works, and you end up going on
Yeah.
YouTube, like looking at all the tutorials how to open fucking Venetian blinds?
Okay, I'm going to say this now. I've never been so confused by a set of blinds that I've resorted to YouTube.
Oh, mate, you haven't lived. You haven't lived. I've lived a very fulfilled life, and that's happened to me a lot.
We ready for the quiz, boys? Yes, it is that time again. It is quiz time, and it's my turn because I keep winning. So, my quiz this week is based around sound effects from games. So, I've got 3 sound effects each from 9 different games. And so, the way the points are going to work is 2 points for each answer. So, you get 1 point for telling me what game it comes from,
Mm-hmm.
and another point for telling me in what situation it would happen in the game, if you can tell me both. And to add to excitement, if I'm asking one person, the other 2 can steal.
If they get it wrong, obviously.
They get it wrong, yeah.
And
You have to get the game before you can get the situation.
Okay.
And if you get, as soon as you get something wrong, the others can steal the point. Dan, you're first.
Okay.
I'm starting off with what I think are the easiest, but we'll see. Ready?
Yep. Crash Bandicoot.
Good. And what's happening?
That's when you die.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
2 for Dan. Right. Scott.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
Still.
Thanks.
I think that was Dan. Actually, no.
Aw.
It should have been your name. It should be your name. So yeah, Croxton, you go.
Ah, boo.
Mario.
Yep.
And he's jumping.
Fuck's sake.
Are you sure that?
It's very
Yes.
similar, yes,
Yes.
Scott, but that is definitely Mario.
That's definitely Mario.
Bollocks.
Crocs.
That is Sonic
Yeah.
when he's collecting a ring.
Hey.
Bollocks. No, can people just appreciate why I went with Sonic with my way? It sounds like when he's jumping.
Yeah, so earlier when I was making this quiz, I had loads of them like downloaded and I was playing. I was going, what ones do I use? I was testing it against Emily, and we kept playing the Mario and the Sonic jumping. I'll add
You
it.
gave me. No, this is so fucking rigged every week. Every week.
I'm going to add in edit here the 2 sounds back to back so we can see how similar they are. I don't have them live, but I'll add it in the edit now. Right, so round 2. Dan.
Minecraft.
No.
No?
Steals? Any steals? I'll play it again.
I know that.
I know that.
Oh, I know it. Can I steal it back?
No, fuck off, man.
Can I have another go?
Oh, only if the other 2.
No, you can't start
can
making
see.
rules up
but
now.
no, but you won't get the point. You won't get the point.
Oh,
You said no.
Okay, yeah, I can see.
right. It's Spyro, isn't it?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
happened?
Oh,
Is that when he's
it
blowing
is.
on a crate?
No, it's
No.
actually Spyro when he's freeing someone from the statues.
Oh, it is. Oh.
Can we play again, Suno?
Yeah. Fuck.
Right. Croxon.
That is Fall Guys,
Yeah.
and that's when you're jumping.
No.
No.
Still for what's happening.
Still.
Go on.
When you run into someone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know what, right? I thought that that sound was Bomberman.
Really?
Yeah. You know, like when you hit someone at the ball hits them.
Yeah.
That's what I thought that was.
So you would have got it wrong.
Oh, yeah.
You managed to get a point. Right, who was that for? So we've done Dan, Crocs, Scott, so you've got one. Right, ready?
Yeah. Why is my face not working? I want to say.
Why is my face not working?
I want to say Call of Duty,
That is the game. You got the
and
game.
I want to say it's when a new level starts on Nazis on zombies.
Yes,
Oh,
well done.
I didn't
well
know if
Nailed
he was
it.
going to get that bit right.
done. Was you ready to steal, Scrux?
So ready.
Right, so Dan got his wrong. Right, that's round 2 done, isn't it? Okay, right, so Dan again.
This is the penultimate round, the final round. Sorry.
This is the final round.
Right.
The scores so far are Dan with 2, Croxon with 5,
5? How's it got 5?
Stole yours.
Scott with 3. Yeah, he stole yours from the first 2
Oh,
and
yeah.
first one, and got his right. So
I'm going to put a complaint anyway.
as
I'm
ever.
going to the quiz ombudsman.
Complaint to Ofcom.
Right, so Dan.
Mario Kart?
No, wrong.
No idea on that one.
Can you play it again, please?
Yeah.
Still.
Go on.
Donkey Kong?
No.
Fuck!
We've not got any Pokemon fans with us,
Oh!
have we?
Have.
So it was Pokemon. It was
Is that the
sound...
evolve?
No, it was the
No?
sound when you pick
Level
up an item.
Ah.
Oh, I thought it was like a rare candy. I thought it was like when you level up.
So that was Dan. No points. Sorry, Dan, you fucked this right up, mate.
Dan, you come last.
I'm not that disappointed because this
He
means I
could
don't
steal
have
the
to make
next. He could
quiz.
steal the next 2
Oh wait,
of
you
ours,
could,
Scott,
actually.
and
Shit.
win.
I could
That's
come
true.
last.
True, actually. Yeah, if you steal all the remaining points, you can win. Right, so Crocs.
That is Rocket League
Yeah.
when you score a goal.
Yeah, well done.
Yes.
Yeah, you're uncatchable now. But for the pride of it, Scott, here's your final sound effect.
Mario Kart
Yeah.
when the race starts.
Hey, well done.
Right, so I did better than I thought, and I think the fucking first one that I lost on was real hard. I could have easily beaten Crocs in there.
Which one was the hard one for you?
The Sonic jump.
Yeah.
Every week I get some kind of bullshit, like the games or like in the foreign language. And mine was in fucking Japanese. And gave you the answer. He's like, is it in Japanese? Yes, it is in Japanese. Actually, you're right. This game.
Yeah, so bring it up with the ombudsman. It'll be fine.
So Croco's won, and Croco's the quiz master next week.
Yes,
You up
indeed.
for that, Croco?
Yep, I've got a quiz style in mind. I will message you all individually.
Ooh, exciting. Okay, but before we finish that, let's play my tiebreaker to see if anyone would have got this.
Okay. Scott.
Go on.
Tetris.
No.
Oh,
Very close though.
Pong.
Yes.
Fuck.
Pong. I always like to have a Pong question in there.
Why not go
Dan.
Tetris?
Was that what you,
It's
Dan,
that
was that what
era,
you would have
isn't
said?
No, I was going to say Metroid.
Ah.
Brilliant. Well, that's the end of the quiz this week.
I've got such a good idea for
Okay, so we've lost Scott. He's going to have to deal with some family-related issues, probably wiping poo up off a carpet or something. But we're going to carry on with the three of us. And so the next thing we wanted to talk about was the Halloween special of Warzone. What do we think of it? Well, I'll explain what's happening first. So there's a news mode in Warzone where when you get killed, you come back as a zombie and you have to hunt down the other players or hunt down the antidote to the zombie to come back as a human. So for me, this is the first game that I've played where you play as the zombie. and I thought that was really cool, and added some interesting dynamics to it because you're playing a zombie, so you feel like you have to play the part. But what a zombie would normally do is chase after all the humans like relentlessly. But if you do that, you're just going to get killed. So you have to play as a zombie, but tactically, which feels weird. What do you think?
Yeah, I really, really enjoy this mode.
Yeah,
Is it everything that we've been promised? Yeah, it probably is. Is it everything we probably wanted? I don't know. I'm still a
you
little bit
mean
torn on that.
there could be more?
There could be more to it, I feel. It's great we get a chance to play as the zombies. Is one go round on the zombies enough? I don't know. I'm not sure if I like the final game mechanic where last player alive wins. I don't know.
Mm. So the way that it works at the moment is that the last team that has a human on their team wins. So your whole team could be running around as zombies, but another team could have a human, and the game would end, and that would be it over. Which is not the ending that you expect from a zombie game. The ending you expect is the
Death.
human ends up dying and the zombies just carry on. Like there's no part at the end where you're overrun with zombies and then you fail like the Nazi zombies. It always inevitably ends, Um, but it's good fun.
It is, and it's a new game dynamic. It's a new style of play for us to learn and get our heads around. And truth be told, we failed miserably at it the first 5 or 6 times we gave this a go. But the more I play it, the more I enjoy it. And giving the zombies not just the ability to just run and swipe, but I like the gas grenade. I really like the huge jump feature on there.
Yeah, so if you hold down L2 and then let go, you can jump like as high as like the Hulk sort of jumps, like you just do this huge, massive jump that can get you to the top of buildings or get you halfway across the map, and that's really cool. The other thing that has been introduced, we've been waiting for so long and been talking about for so long, is just nighttime. See, the zombie mode happens at night, but there's also just a mode that you can play where you're playing normal Warzone in the nighttime, and I think it's been done really well. It's really really cool. Like there's just enough light that you can see things. Like you're never in pitch black. Obviously that wouldn't work, but it makes for a really intense gameplay. So I think night mode has been a success for me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that mode as well. One, for it being something different, but also from the technical aspect of it, where you are in a well-lit building and you're looking out into the darkness, your vision is massively compromised.
Yeah.
And the opposite being you are lit up like a beacon.
Yeah. I've been playing not zombies. I've been playing single player mode on the night mode, and I can't tell you how many times I've died to someone that I literally just couldn't see, or they've started shooting me, and that's the only time I've known that they were there because I'm figuring out where the bullets are coming from. So it adds this element of horror, terror.
Yeah. My overall favourite part of this night mode and the Halloween features it has is playing with Dan and he gets a jump scare.
Oh, I hate those fucking jump scares.
So they also added into the game, when you open a loot crate, there's a chance that a horrible ghoul flashes up on the screen and scares you in a jump scare. And I have to tell you, it's got me a couple of times.
The times
that it gets me is when I know that there's somebody near me, or I've got a bounty on me or something, and I know that danger is imminent, and then the jump scare happens, and that's when I shit my pants and jump out of my skin. I can usually handle it all right, and I've been doing something quite funny when every time I open a box, because I know it can potentially happen, I've been like turning like opening the box and then immediately turning around, as if that's got any bearing on what happens. 'Cause
Yeah.
it comes up on your screen no matter where you're facing. But I always open the box and then spin around, so I'm not looking at the box as if the box is going to do anything. But I'm just like, at least if I'm expecting it, I'm not going to have a heart attack.
Mm.
I might survive it. But I think it's been a really fun Halloween addition to Warzone. I hope nighttime mode doesn't go away. I hope it's always an option for at least one of the modes.
Yeah, I'd like it to stay. I mean, it does say limited time mode. It does say it's up until the 3rd of November.
Mm.
And where do we stand
What
after
they
that?
seem
I
to be
don't know.
doing now is they originally had it that trios was in the dark, and you couldn't play normal trios. You could only play it in the dark. And now they've swapped it so it's solos is the only one that's in the dark, and you can't play solos otherwise. I don't like it if it's gonna. I don't want it to stay like that. But the way I can see it progressing is I don't think that they can really justify having a nighttime version of every mode constantly, because I think that they wouldn't want to segregate everyone into different games that much. But I think if they had like a roaming, like solos, duos, trios, quads, like every couple
As
of
it
weeks
is working at
change.
the moment, yeah.
Every week maybe it changes
Yeah.
to the different version, and you can play night mode in that. I think that would work, because that would be really fun as an option. So yeah, I hope that nighttime stays. I hope that the jump scares go, because that will not be. It won't make sense in the summer, let's say, but I would like nighttime mode to be in the summer. So yeah, what about you, Dan? How did you find playing the zombies?
I think it's really fun. I just hate the jump scares. Don't like it because of that. I hate jump scares, and this one's even worse because you got your headset on, all turned up really loud, and then because I didn't even know they were in the game, so I just randomly went out to a box, and just was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?" And it's just like face jumps up, and my headphones were really loud.
Yeah.
Oh, horrible!
If
Oh, my
James
God.
played it originally,
Yeah.
and then I came on and played it, and I got a jump scare because he didn't tell me, and then he purposely didn't tell you when you came on, and then you shit your pants as well. So it's James to blame.
Totally
yeah,
worth it. I mean,
the other
Conway, has
thing
this
Go
done
on.
one useful thing for it? Has it helped you get over any childhood fears of?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to mention. So one of the movies that's scared me shitless as a child was the Saw movies. And it wasn't so much watching the movies themselves that scared me. It's not like it had any jump scares or anything like that. Just the idea of Saw lasted with me, and the idea of like trapping someone and that sort of stuff, and the scary as fuck little puppet that you've got. So the puppet has become a playable character in Warzone for the Halloween special. And initially, the first time I ran into it, I was in the gulag, and I ran to the back of the gulag, slid around the corner, and there was looking at me was the Saw puppet, and, and that was almost a jump scare enough on its own. But I shot him and I killed him, and that was cathartic. That was like 13-year-old me going, "Yeah, fuck you, Saw puppet. There's a few fucking bullets in your head. That's what you want to do. You don't want the puppet to be in control of you while you've got a contraption on your head. It's going to crush your skull. You want to be shooting him in the gulag." So yeah, it's been good fun to kill the saw puppet over and over again. There's another operator in there that's the Leatherface guy. What's that from?
That's from why can't I think of the name of it? Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I purposely avoided watching that when I was younger.
Why are you watching these films as a kid?
Maybe not 13, but definitely like 15 or 16. And the reason I was watching Saw was because of our mutual friend, Dan Bleach.
Ah, yes.
He was obsessed with Saw, and he made us all watch them.
Who's the other dude? Because the other dude in it, there's like another skin. It's like a scarier version of Mr. Freeze from Batman, but I don't know who he is.
He is meant to be a sort of tale or like horror story from the history of Verdansk. And they're trying to build like he's a local story or something like that.
Oh, it's not a movie reference then. Is it just Saw and Texas Chainsaw Massacre that are the two
They're your two operators, and then
Quick
you've got the
operator,
electric new Doctor something dude.
Oh, the guy with like half a mask thing on.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, like a clear mask. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's been a really, really fun update actually. We've talked on the podcast before about Warzone updates being a bit lackluster and a bit disappointing, but I think this one has, for me, I've had a lot of fun with it.
I do feel like it is possibly a last hurrah.
Do you think? What, because Cold War's coming out?
Yeah, I mean, I won't go into too much because I've got a few bits to update on the news.
Okay, right. Rocket League have a Halloween mode. What do we think of that?
I was over it in the first 5 minutes.
It is rubbish, right? It's not anything new. I don't know if you've played it before, but there was already a homing missile version of Rocket League. So just briefly, I'll explain what it is. So it's 3 versus 3, and every time you touch the ball, it it tracks for the goal, and it goes towards the goal itself. It sort of homes in on the goal, and all you've got to do is manage to touch it, and it will send it back to the other team. So it's a bit like a game of tennis. But they put some spooky filter over it and like weird colours, didn't they? And that was supposed to be Halloween. So Rocket League had a crap Halloween version, and Warzone had a great one.
I mean, for a game like Rocket League to have any sort of Halloween theme to it is quite good.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's not the sort of game that really needs a seasonal event, but I think it was good to have something on there.
No, the thing that annoyed me most about Rocket League having a Halloween mode is that they changed the song at the start of the at the menu screen song. It is a song called "All I Need" by Slushy, and it is a bop. I have been absolutely loving it. And every time I open up Rocket League, I'm sitting there dancing. Emily's laughing at me, but and now it's some weird Halloween music, and I thought it was rubbish, to be honest. So, all I've been seeing on my friends list recently has been Dan Jackson is online. Dan Jackson is playing FIFA. So tell us, Dan, what's FIFA 21 like?
As it's shit. But I think anyone who plays FIFA will tell you it's shit. It really is a love-hate relationship. I hate it. I actually hate it with all my heart, but I just can't stop playing it. I don't know why. Yeah, I think that's the same with anyone who plays FIFA.
What have you been playing? You've been playing online then?
Yeah. I mean, they've got like 2 game modes. Like you've got like Ultimate Team, and then from that you've got like another like a tournament within that where you play against other people. But the game's just really like shit and buggy and nothing.
Is it really bad?
Like,
they still haven't perfected it.
All right, it's okay. Right, the game's fun to play. The thing is, people do things that a footballer would never do in real life. So like you pass the ball to them and they'd run like a mile out the way of the ball and then run back to it. And like I had an own goal today that I could do nothing about in the last minute of the game because my defender just watched the ball was here, like at his face, and he just didn't catch it. And run into it with his shoulder and knocked it into the goal. And it's like a whole game of hard concentration playing against a fucking sweaty bang out dickhead, and I lose because of that goal. I'm getting fucking pissed off just thinking about it. I hate the game.
But yeah, he carries on. Right. So we'll check back in with Dan about the FIFA 21 updates and see how he's getting on, how his addiction's treated him.
Hate it.
So we talked a few weeks ago about Mario Kart Live, the idea of having a little remote control car with a camera on it and driving Mario Kart around your living room or around your house. And we sort of decided back then that it seemed like a ridiculous idea and it would never work. Now it's been released and people are playing it. We've shared in our WhatsApp group a video by Boogie2988 who was testing the game out, and it just has all the problems that you would expect and that we predicted it would have. It just doesn't work well on any kind of non-flat surface like carpet. It's just rubbish out. It couldn't get up onto a rug that the guy had set up. The radio connection kept cutting out.
He did say that I don't know if you watched the whole thing, that he was
about
trying to
his switch and the
switch,
antenna in
yeah,
his switch. Yeah,
it
but
didn't seem like he was
still,
doing it properly. Like for one, even when he had it set up properly with the switch with the good antenna, as he said, he was still in the other room to the
yeah, I know.
car
It was
works.
really
Wasn't
annoying.
the point to be able
Yeah.
to see your little remote control Mario driving
Yeah.
around your room?
I found it like
No,
really.
the point. Well, the point really is to watch it on your screen and see your living room. But yeah, it feels exactly like what we thought it was, which is just unnecessary. One like sort of gimmicky thing that you're going to pick up and then not play again. Probably a waste of money for most people, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. It still looks cool though.
It's a cool concept. It's just
Poorly executed.
yeah, but also I feel like if you were going to have like a car that was always going to work, like could be able to drive well on carpet and any surfaces, and like enough gates to make it like a long good course, it's going to just be like hundreds or thousands of pounds. Like you couldn't make it, so they have to make it marketable, which means that it's just crap because you can't have that good
Basic,
technology
very
for
basic.
that little money. Okay, so next up we're going to have Croxon's dubious news. What have you got for us this week, Croco?
Whoa. Let's get the disclaimer out of the way first. Croxon's dubious news disclaimer. All news stories are rumoured not to be taken as fact. All comments should be taken as such and likely nothing more than ramblings and nonsense. Much like this disclaimer.
Brilliant.
So we always like to kick off with some sort of Call of Duty news. What we got is more of a confirmed thing now is we've got a PlayStation exclusive coming to Call of Duty Cold War called Zombie Onslaught. So the main focus of this game is it's a bit more of a traditional map of what we expect zombies to be. So you get increasingly difficult zombies, you get increasingly difficult levels as you go along and you progress. But it has a bit of a Warzone-esque style to it where you are in this bubble almost. You have a radius which you can survive in, and otherwise your health will drain, and that will move across the map. But the maps are based on the Call of Duty multiplayer maps. So it's got a bit of a mixture there of both. There's no extraction like there is going to be in the open to every player zombie mode. It's going to be purely you will end with death.
Right. So I saw a headline that said Call of Duty Zombies going to be exclusive to PlayStation for a year. So it's not all zombies. It's one
not
particular
all
mode.
zombie. It's one specific mode, and that's the interesting part. Is it's going to have an exclusive for an entire year. It's not a month after launch. It's an entire year of one mode for PlayStation players.
One extra mode for PlayStation players.
One extra mode. Sorry, yes.
Right. Cool. Okay, that's cool.
So I
mean, it's cool for us because we have PlayStations. I'm sure if we were an Xbox orientated podcast, we'd feel differently. But yeah, that sounds cool.
And secondly, what I was alluding to earlier in the podcast with is this final Halloween mode for Warzone, its last hurrah, is there's rumours of Call of Duty Blackout being launched.
Isn't that, didn't they already do Blackout before? Wasn't that?
So this was the 2018 Black Ops version of Battle Royale. And I don't know about, obviously Dan has, I don't know about you, Conway, but I hadn't heard or seen this mode or game out until I did a little bit of research on this.
Yeah, I had heard of it because a few months ago I just heard some people talking about it and thought I wanted to check it out. And so I searched and found some YouTube clips of people playing it. It looked really crap. Like
it's
only 2018.
It's PUBG-esque in every aspect of it. It's just
look like a Call of Duty game for me.
No, it looked very, very similar. Upscale graphics from a PUBG game into your Call of Duty loadouts, essentially. Obviously, I'd expect with it coming out with if it comes out with Cold War, it's going to have the upgraded graphics. It hopefully will take a leaf out of Warzone. But with Cold War taking the reins on Warzone, is this? They're not going to have two conflicting modes. They're not going to split the player base. Is my point. So is Warzone going to be out, and is Blackout going to be the next new one?
Because I thought that they were talking about Warzone and Cold War existing together and things being
It being
weapon
almost
operators being transferable and all that sort of thing. So it'd be just odd to see another battle royale game from Call of Duty because it would just compete with their own game. It sounds, but then also people are going to want to be seeing something fresh, like a new map, and maybe that's
And-
all it will actually be. Essentially, just be a new map.
a
I don't know.
rebrand with a new map, and the map did look cute. Again, I looked at some YouTube videos of people playing this, and the map looked absolutely massive.
Oh, really?
It looked absolutely huge. On the scale, it looked almost twice of Verdansk, but I may be wrong. I never played the game. But yeah,
You're talking about the original Blackout.
Blackout. Yeah, the map and like the distance the player was running based on the map, it took them an age to get anywhere.
Right. So this new one, is it essentially Blackout 2, or is it just rebooting?
It may be a reboot. It may be Warzone / Black. I honestly don't know, but they're taking the reins. They can do what they want with the game. They're going to want it under their own banner rather than the Modern Warfare developers having their stamp on it and then mixing in. I don't know how the two businesses work like that.
Yeah, that's something to
Which
keep
is
an eye
interesting.
on.
I'm interested. I'm intrigued, but at the cost of losing what is my favourite game right now, I'd hate to lose it. And I don't know how the rest of the public would feel on that.
I mean, I don't think it's going anywhere, but when you talk about losing it, you're talking about the player base dropping so much that there's not enough games, or it's going to be able to
I
play
think
it.
Warzone as it is, and I'm happy to continue playing this style of Warzone that we have for many, many months carrying on. An update is great. The entire game and its entire mechanics to disappear and go into Blackout, I don't like the idea of. But time will tell, and that is Croxton's dubious news.
Okay, so it's time to talk about our game of the week. Nominated absent-mindedly by Dan. He just thought, what game can I...
Without a
up to
care in
date?
the world about how we get this game played, because none
How
of
we
us...
record any footage
Yeah.
for it.
It was
No, we
literally the
managed
first
to.
thing that popped into my head. So.
Yeah, we know, Dan, we could tell. But we did manage to play Among Us and record some footage of it with a few of our friends. And that is available on a Pick Up and Play podcast YouTube channel. So go and check that out. It's very funny. So what did you think of Among Us, Crocs?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that game. It's again, never would have played before. It was interesting to play it on mobile and actually have it work really well. I wasn't expecting much from a mobile game, like another free to play game, but free to play games seem to be the way forward at the moment.
So what we originally did is we played the game as it seems to be intended, which is the text-based version of the game. So you talk to each other. So let's just explain what Among Us is before, in case anyone listening doesn't know. You are part of a team of on a spaceship, of little characters on a spaceship, and one of you is an imposter, and the imposter's job is to go around and kill everybody else and be the last one surviving. And every time you find a body that's been killed, you have a meeting and you vote out another one of the team, trying to vote out the imposter. And so it's a game mostly about communication and talking and debating and trying to convince other people that you're not the imposter, or trying to find out who the imposter is. And the original game, you do all this by a text, and it does get quite fiddly because you're first of all you're typing on your phone sideways, which makes that awkward. Secondly, the controls are a little bit fiddly. But what we found was that once we switched to Discord and talking over voice rather than text, that's when the game really came alive for me and really starting to enjoy it. What did you think?
Yeah, the nuances of it, like the finer details when it comes to picking up on people's little traits or figuring out how long someone should be spending standing still at a task, or are they just faking it on you?
Yeah.
It was really, really fun, and it combines that sort of logic and everyone putting together different parts of the story to figure out who it is was really, really fun.
Yeah, and you'll see in the video that at some point James gets accused for actually just no reason, and
No good reason, but because of Dan and his partner Sandra, I got voted out first.
and his plea was hilarious to listen to. So yeah, it's I thought it was a really really enjoyable game. It's a really good lockdown game for me because it's essentially an upgrade to your Zoom catch ups. We was all doing Zoom catch ups all the time at the beginning of lockdown. Everyone got bored of those. This is better. You get to hang out with your friends via voice, but just play some stupid game that doesn't really matter that much. And it was really fun, I thought.
Yeah, what I learned from that is that Conway can never be trusted, whether he's being noisy or being like weirdly quiet.
Yeah, I tried that tactic once, just being quiet and see what happened, and then I got voted out.
What I found with Adam is he's either too much of one thing. He's either too quiet or too loud, and they're his giveaways.
Yeah, when I'm loud, as soon as the discussion comes up, I'm like, right, who did it? All right, who was it? Where'd you find the body?
Jumping on everything.
Yeah. Oh, there was one time when, Dan. Oh, that was the same time. Dan accused James for seemingly no reason, and I was the imposter, so I just went, yeah, it's James.
But the thing, everyone else piled on and acted like it was truth for no apparent reason.
Yeah, it was good fun. So, what do you reckon about Among Us? Are we trashing or passing, and would you play it again?
I'm still playing it now. It's definite pass from me.
Good, yeah. Your girlfriend Sandra seemed to enjoy it a lot as well, Dan.
Yeah, I think that's one of the appeals of it as well. It's like it's not really a complicated game unless you're Scott, is it? Anyone can just pick it up and literally start playing it unless you're Scott. So yeah, it's really good.
I think it's probably worth mentioning at this point that it's quite appropriate that Scott isn't with us at the moment, purely on the fact that he attempted to play this game for 5 minutes and then gave up to play with his dog instead.
So when we decided to switch from text to Discord to improve the experience, Scott used that point to say, fuck this, I'm off. And we never heard from him again. So even if he was still with us for this portion of the podcast, he would have been muted anyway because he's got nothing to say on the matter.
I think we're going to have one game where we can all solidly say we all enjoy it, and we're not going to get a Scott rant.
Yeah, sorry if that's what you tune in for, folks. Maybe we'll get one next week.
Yeah, well, this podcast is going to be about 10 minutes shorter just because of that.
So I think, Conway, can you confirm? Are we universally saying this is a pass for a game?
It's pass for a game, yeah. I think it's essential that you have a good group of mates to play it with. I think it's got limited replayability if you're playing on your own, but definitely a pass from me. It's a really good social game. Right, so that brings us to next week's Game of the Week, and that is going to be chosen by James. So take it away, James. What are we playing?
We are going to play, in honour of it being Halloween, we are going to do some Friday the 13th.
Oh, God.
Which is available on PlayStation Plus. It was one of its Halloween pack releases. Again, as I said earlier, I've road tested this a little bit this week, and it's not a fantastic game from what I've played, but it is a great party game. And
right, so we can all play together then?
We can all play together. One of us will play as Jason, and the rest of us will play as camp counsellors, trying to either escape, evade, hide, or potentially kill Jason in some scenarios. But I will send out, we'll get the gist of the game as we get it going, but it will make for some great footage as well.
So it's basically like Among Us, but you know who the imposter is, and he's out to kill you.
He's out to kill you in particularly violent ways.
So I just googled Friday the 13th, and the first thing that came up was the Steam page for it. It says this game may contain content not appropriate for all ages, or may be appropriate, or may not be appropriate for viewing at work. And then the things it lists are gore, violent, mature, and nudity.
I haven't encountered any nudity, but
Right,
sure
we're
we'll
going to have to
find
find
some.
out. We're going to have to find where the nudity comes in.
Yeah, purely
brilliant.
because, again, that if Dan's jump scare at opening the box is anything to judge this on, I'm really looking forward to like having Dan scared
is
of
it like
Jason
scary to
running away.
play?
Yes.
Oh, for God's sake!
This actually will be good fun. Which
There's you are running away from Jason Voorhees.
Oh.
how many people play it?
Well, you can do a party of 10, or you can do smaller private parties as well. The base gist of the game is you can either try and survive for 20 minutes, or you can get the phone lines working, call the police, or you can eventually wear Jason down and kill him, or you can escape on a boat as well. There's a few different ways.
Dead from Daylight? Is it that kind of thing?
No, it's not a reaction-based game, so don't worry, it's not going to be that scary.
Okay.
Or alternatively, you play as Jason, and your job is to purely just take out the counsellors.
So
Play this.
is it kind of like we start the game and one of
Dan,
you?
it's a little bit like Dead by Daylight.
That's what I just asked. I said,
Oh,
is it
sorry.
like Dead by Daylight?
Oh, sorry, I thought a completely different game. It's a little bit like Dead by Daylight. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be fun. That'll be good, Adam. You'll like it.
Sweet. Okay. Well, thank you for listening to this week's Pick Up and Play podcast. Episode 5 is in the can. Join us next week for episode 6, where we will be discussing Friday the 13th.